like you need to be taken care of. You look like you need to go to the dentist. You need to look like you need to brush your teeth. You look like you need hygiene. You look like you need help. Tell your man 50 send you an ounce or something, yo.
So I knew I was okay. He sold 11 million records. And he had deals with Jay-Z and them, but Jay-Z ain't gonna never. Dude, I always tell him all the time, Jay-Z ain't treat you like this.
Oh, he definitely like playing you know this nigga.
Jay-Z might not even say hard as all.
So we just had a lit. Jay-Z will never take you to a party like this.
I keep going, and then they'll complain, but he's got a good life, man. Yeah, really good.
Uncle Murda is not amenable to Jim Jones picking the wrong fight. Jim attempted to make fun of Tony Yayo for claiming that 50 Cent looks after his artists better than Jay-Z. Furthermore, Murda, who is signed to both Rockefeller and Gunnet, is now correcting the record regarding who is the superior boss. The main argument made by Murda is that 50 has been providing for his day ones for many years. Jay-Z, that invitation to the ROC Nation brunch quickly disappears in the mail once you cease to be helpful. However, let's discuss Uncle Murda's statement and the reasons behind the internet's division. Okay? Now let's see how this whole thing began. During an interview, Tony Yayo made a statement that, honestly, seemed reasonable if you've been seeing how 50 Cent and Jay-Z move. Yayo claimed that 50 looked out for him far better than Jay did for Memphis Lee, and that Jay did not truly look out for his people.
Spoke about how
Jay don't look
they'll
out
look up a Bleak like Fib look out for you.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I just want to clear that up. Hov don't have to.
And then he said he eat his home halal.
You know what I mean? All right. Okay. I'm chewing aloud on my own.
He eats on his own. I eat on my own too.
Right.
I go on my own too. I just came off tour.
Right.
When have you seen Bleak on tour? On his own. Jay-Z is not a bad guy. Bleak is not a bad guy. I'm not saying. I'm saying to you that Jay-Z was all business with them niggas. When Buck up on his taxes, 50 a piece or more. When Prodigy bought a house and needed more money, 50 a piece or more. Prodigy are paying back. The thing with 50 is, it was business and we was friends. I don't feel like Bleak was Jay-Z friend. I don't feel like Young Guns was Jay-Z friend. It came to a point where 50 was helping Siegel.
Yayo wasn't attempting to make fun of Jay. He was just saying no. One really compares to 50 when it comes to loyalty and the way he watches out for his day ones. All he asks for in exchange is loyalty. He takes them on tours, offers them TV appearances, keeps them engaged in business, and takes them on vacations.
But the nigga keep showing up next to the down. That's an indication to me he might have some feelings towards me. That is just everywhere I got an issue. He show up around me. So I mean, if you look get music, because the music ain't usually my motivation. My morals come off the curb. So if you see a nigga keep being around nigga, when he come around, how your antennas going. So he in a position where he might feel like he did, but he ain't there yet.
However, things became chaotic when Jim Jones chose to intervene. Jim began making fun of Yayo during a conversation with Bleak, calling him broke and claiming that he still relies on 50 to look after him.
Well, a lot of, me from the hood, so people look at Bleak and don't understand the business he's doing. They always look at Jay like, oh,
Yeah, that's
nah,
why.
Bleak
That's
out
why you
here
got like Yayo talking about, Jay don't take care of it. I don't need Jay to go on tour.
Yo, smoke hard coke, yo.
Yo, chill.
You look like you need to be taken care of, nigga. You look like you need to go to the dentist. You need to look like you need to brush your teeth. You look like you need hygiene. You look like you need help. Tell your man 50 send you an ounce or something, yo.
You do need
you
that
might
help.
need
That's
2
why-
ounces.
That's why
Paid in full move. I got a G for every bump in your face. I promise you that.
That's
I promise you that.
Why you worrying about
Peon, you broke. You know
See?
I got it.
Uncle Murda, however, intervened at that very moment and quickly checked Jim, stating that 50 had brothers while Jay had business partners. He was expressing something more profound, so that line struck a chord. When money's involved, Jay keeps people around. Because they have been devoted from the beginning, 50 keeps people around. Additionally, Yayo and Murda made it apparent in a recent interview that Jay never watched out for Murda in the same manner that 50 did. Yayo claims it's because 50 is aware that these individuals supported him through his darkest moments and never changed.
Instagram comments, because these people are made to break you. They want to break artists. They want to break you. Nobody believe you. I was in 50 crib, no roaches and all that. We in a little spot. small spot. Nobody believed in that. He playing Get Rich or Die Trying already in the crib. He had half that done. Like, all right. Once the go off, looking like everybody get confused because they don't think that your dream is gonna come. But you gotta, you know what I mean? That's why I respect him, because we had more of an exist. We had 50 Cent. So I knew I was okay. We sold 11 million records. Even motherfucker, he had deals with Jay-Z and them, but Jay-Z ain't gonna never. Dude, I always tell him all the time, Jay-Z ain't treat me like this.
Oh, he definitely like playing, you know, this.
Jay-Z might not even say hard as all.
So we just, the party we was just at in Miami with the Kardashians, Serena Williams, and everybody. We just finished performing. Great time, right? First thing my man here want to say, yeah, lit. Jay-Z will never take you to a party like this.
You might get invited.
Nah, I don't get invited.
I respect Jay-Z. I respect.
However, the internet appears to be divided on this. Some people are defending Jay by claiming that just because he doesn't post everything on social media like 50, it doesn't mean he doesn't care about his people. They also claim that Jim is correct and that Yayo is living off of 50, but it appears that a lot more people are irritated that Jim Jones interrupted this discussion to make fun of Yayo, when it had nothing to do with him. A person stated Jim Jones running his mouth like he ran when somebody put their hands on him. We all know Jimmy is going out of his way to stay relevant. Another user commented, Jim Jones claimed to be superior to that. It's enough. Let's return to Uncle Murda's original statement, though, that DJ's got business partners and 50's got brothers. For that wasn't just a clever line. Experience was the source of it. Murda barely stayed with Rockefeller for a year before leaving the label to sign with 50. He has witnessed how 50 works behind the scenes and consistently demonstrates dedication to those who supported him. Yayo has also been with 50 since the early days of the G-Unit mixtape. Even now, decades later, 50 continues to secure Yayo's place on foreign tours. Furthermore, Yayo asserts that it goes beyond opulent hotels and private planes. 50 makes certain that his musicians acquire financial savvy. Uncle Murda was only able to purchase his first home when he signed with 50 because of this.
One thing about Fifth, he always was just like tight with his money. Eminem, tight with his money, so you learn to kind of save instead of spending. 50 encourage us, yo, you get money, go get a house. That's like Uncle Murda, he's down with us now. He was signed to Jay-Z, he got his first house being down with us.
Right.
He gave me my first Jacob watch and 50 said, yo, don't forget, blow your head off for it. See, 50 was ahead of his time. That's what people didn't understand.
Following Murda's association with Gwinnett, 50 continued to support him publicly, through commercial endeavors and through music. And that's the main idea. 50 doesn't consider his pals to be his temporary colleagues. He acts as though he values the folks who helped create him. Jay's circle, meanwhile, has always had a unique appearance. Jay walks in a corporate manner. He doesn't actually have any lifelong friends, but you're with him when it's advantageous for both of you. Observe Beanie Siegel, Kanye, and Dame Dash. Jay interrupted them all and didn't turn around. The same is true of Jazzo, who put Jay on. Jay was being mentored by Jazz before anyone knew who he was. However, Jay changed his ways after blowing up, leaving Jazz behind.
But they fool the world, make them think that way, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I wouldn't even say anything, you know what I'm saying? Because, you know, there are a whole lot of frauds in the industry. Right. But I wouldn't say anything. The only reason I'm saying something because he's saying something that I'm not. I'm trying to tell the world that I'm, you know, that I'm not something that I really am.
Not to be overlooked is DeHaven, one of Jay's closest Marcy pals. He received early assistance from DeHaven. However, Jay pretended the man didn't exist after he became corporate. DeHaven has also gone public, accusing Jay of lying to him, calling him a snitch, and then entirely abandoning him.
What was your relationship like with Jay-Z? Who were you to him?
Well, basically, I was his right-hand man. You know what I mean? beyond that, we was brothers. For him not to even give me time, even to act like he didn't know me, you know what I'm saying? For all that I sacrificed, all that my people sacrificed, all that my family sacrificed. I never knew that it'd get to this. Even label me with some statements or some snitching statements. I think that's about the utmost disrespect.
It is, especially streetwise.
Streetwise.
Yes, accordingly, when Murda stated that Jay had business partners, the 50s had brothers. All of it was what he was talking about. Jay acts like a CEO, which entails severing relationships with people who are no longer loyal to the company. Jay is seldom described as faithful because of this. They characterize him as intelligent, astute, etc. However, you don't hear the word loyalty very often. With 50, you can follow his devotion back to the beginning of his career. The individuals in the picture are the same ones who accompanied him in the trenches. And the only people who have left his group are those who betrayed him. In essence, Jay moves with strategy first, whereas 50 moves with loyalty first. And even though neither is incorrect, one feels much more sincere.